Hello everyone, let's take a look at our next problem. Given that a and b are positive and 4 log a squared plus log b squared equals 1, then the greatest possible value of a is 1/10, 1, root 10, or 10 to the root 2. Interesting. Okay, so if we're trying to maximize a, that's the same. Finding a value of a which maximizes. Wait, hold on. What am I want to say here? If we want to find the largest possible value of a, that's the same as finding the largest possible value of the log of a. You know what I think we're going to do is just solve for a, essentially, and then treat b as a parameter and maximize a, like find the value of b which maximizes a, and then just compute what that value of a is. I mean, I guess we'll just have to keep in mind potentially things like rules of logarithms. You know, now that I think of it, an easier way of thinking about this is ignore a and b. Instead, let's talk about x and y, where x is log a and y is log b. Then we have an ellipse, and we're trying to find you know, the extreme points on this ellipse. Yeah, we're going to do this without a whole lot of algebra, really. Let me write down the original expression here, and then I'll make my substitutions with x and y. So if I substitute what I've defined to be x and y, then we get a simple expression in terms of x squared and y squared. We can think of this as being an expression which defines an ellipse. We're told that a and b are positive. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything about x and y being positive or negative. So I will draw this in terms of I will draw an entire plane here. So I'll do this in terms of x and y. Okay. If x is 0, this ellipse passes through +1 and -1. And if y is equal to 0, then the ellipse passes through, well, x could be either a half or negative a half. So it looks like this. Oh, I guess let's put this up here. Okay, so there's more or less the ellipse that we're considering in terms of the xy space. Now, so in terms of a and b, let's think about what this point is in terms of a and b. This would be, so x equals a half implies, so we have log base 10 of a is equal to a half. So then a will be, so this says that 10 to the half is equal to a. Right? Which is one of the options. And I mean, that number is greater than, the other options given are 1/10 and 1. So we can immediately rule those out because we have a value of a, root 10, which is larger than those. But root 10 is smaller than 10 to the power of root a half. I don't think that's a possible solution though, right? Like, certainly if we take the simple value, the simple quadrant here where x and y are both positive, then along this curve, a will be less than root 10, right? This point here corresponds to x equals 0. If x equals 0, then a will be equal to 1. But what happens if x is negative? That just means a is less than 1. Yeah, okay. So this is the answer. A equals root 10 is the largest value of a that we can pop in here, and that corresponds to, on the ellipse, this point here. Any other value of x is less than a half. That means, I mean, the log function is increasing, right? So a smaller value of log a corresponds to a smaller value of a. Yeah, I don't think there's really much more to this question, but if I find a mistake or if I have more comments, I'll put them in the description. Thanks for watching.